Alright, so, Raw review. I'm sorry, I'm still all, just messed up about the whole Daniel Bryan thing, dude. After seeing him retire, I teared up a little bit, That's just how much of a wrestling fan I am, okay? I'm sad that Daniel Bryan's left. There are people in the arena bawling their eyes out, so don't pick on me and call me a little bitch just because I cried because Daniel Bryan's retired, okay? But anyway, Raw review. Try to clear my mind for a second so I can try to remember what happened on Raw. From what I remember, Raw was pretty decent. Definitely better than last week and the week before. It seems like they're starting to take a step in the right direction. Raw started off with the pointless contract signing like it always is. But we got to see F5 right off the bat, so that's always nice. That's a good way to start off the show. And then they do Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler again, which I'm not happy about. Oh, well, they renewed the Kevin Owens Dolph Ziggler rivalry. Yeah, I understand that, but they just can't top each other anymore. They put on amazing matches, but what are they going to do next? You can't just have two guys face each other over and over and over and over and expect it to be better each time. It's just not going to happen. Maybe one, two, or three times that'll happen, but after that, people just get tired of seeing them fight over and over again because they just can't. They can't keep topping themselves. That's what happened with the TLC matches. They'd seen it over and over again, and then after that, they just couldn't top themselves in the TLC matches anymore, so they stopped doing them. But, anyway. The match was okay, I guess. I'm trying to remember what happened next. I'm a little scrambled. I know there was like Charlotte versus Alicia Fox. I didn't watch it because I don't give a fuck about the Divas anymore. You already know that. I'm not going to go into detail. And then I don't know if I missed anything else because I was actually in the shower during that time, but when I came downstairs, I believe, I'm trying to remember, I know there was a segment with Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, how Dean Ambrose was saying that he wants part of Brock Lesnar, which I find this thing where they're trying to build Dean Ambrose up, and then he just gets his ass whooped by Brock Lesnar. I find it weird. I don't know what to think of it. I mean, it's different, and they're not shoving Roman Reigns down our throat, at the moment anyway, even though he's going to win the fucking matchup anyway, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. Okay? Now, they had, excuse me, they had Miz TV with Chris Jericho, which was actually pretty entertaining, I'm gonna be honest, and Chris Jericho changed it to the highlight reel. There were some funny jokes in there. Then AJ Styles came out, and they beat up the Miz, and then AJ Styles and Chris Jericho started going at it. And then, apparently it's going to be AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho on SmackDown. But at least it gives people a reason to watch SmackDown now, I guess. But I'm trying to remember what happened after that. My memory's all jumbled up, what the fuck ever. Another match I remember was, like I said, these aren't going to be in order. Jesus Christ, I don't even remember some of the matches. I'm such a fucking idiot. But another match I remember was the Lucha Dragons versus Del Rio and Rusev, and I don't really care. The match went alright, I guess. Then they had this stupid ass, pointless match between Adam Rose and Titus O'Neil just to fill time. They had Tamina versus Becky Lynch, which was okay, I guess. I didn't really pay that much attention to it. But out of the whole show, by the way, there was one part I forgot to mention. There was the one part where Dean Ambrose called out Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar came out and beat the shit out of him, and then Roman Reigns came down, Brock Lesnar got punched in the balls, and Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns walked away, I guess. I guess that was okay. We got to see another F5, which was pretty cool. Anytime you get to see an F5 is great. Like I said, Brock Lesnar's one of those guys where you have to watch him while he's there, because once Brock Lesnar's gone, he's gone. There's not going to be another Brock Lesnar. But anyway, back to the subject at hand, topic at hand, whatever. The most interesting part of the whole show, it was originally supposed to be the New Day versus the Usos in a table match. But then it got, for whatever reason, changed to an 8-man tag team table match, which, okay, it sounds pretty good. And it was the Dudleys and the Usos versus the New Day and Mark Henry. And we all know that Mark Henry's going to retire this year or next year. It's going to happen pretty soon. Mark Henry has no reason to be wrestling anymore. They have Mark Henry coming out wearing a unicorn horn, and he was dancing, so it shows you what level Mark Henry's at now. But, Mark Henry walked out on the match, and then Big E got 3D'd through a table, and the Dudleys and Usos won. I think Jey Uso's injured again because he was holding his leg, and it looked like he was writhing in pain, so... so there's that, but the most interesting thing out of the whole match was the Dudleys are now heels. I was not expecting this at all, but this is exactly the kind of Dudleys that I was hoping for. This is exactly where the Dudleys need to be. This is exactly what's going to get the Dudleys to move forward. This is exactly what the Dudleys need to get back in the tag team title run. Because at first, when Bubba Ray hit one of the Usos, I'm not sure which one it was, I think it was Jimmy, like he hit him, I was like, because it looked like Devon was surprised, so I was like, oh crap, Bubba Ray's turning on everybody, so he's going to be kind of a Bully Ray character now. But then I saw Devon start to turn, I was like, oh, okay, so the Dudleys are heels now. But the odd thing is that, when they try to build somebody as a heel, you're technically supposed to boo them, hence why they're a heel, but they were cheering for the Dudleys the whole time. And they 3D'd one of the Usos through a table, and then they picked up another table, and the crowd was chanting, one more time. And they did the Dudley powerbomb from the top rope, whatever it's called, through the table. And the fans loved it. They were cheering. Commentators being little faggots as usual. Oh, why did they do that? What the hell is wrong with them? They're turning heel. What the fuck do you think is wrong with them? The Dudleys realize that they're going nowhere by being faces. They're going nowhere by just being nice guys. The Dudleys aren't nice guys, and this is the Dudleys from back in the day. These are the kind of Dudleys that they should have been when they came back. See, they should have been the Dudleys that take out everybody and just put everybody's ass through a table like they used to. And this is the kind of Dudleys that I missed, because, after they put them through the tables, Bubba Ray was like, do you know who we are? He's like, we're the Dudley Boys, and Devon was like, oh, testify. And, no fucks given by the Dudley Boys. Now, the Dudley Boys have been back for a long while now, nearly half a year, but I think the Dudley Boys are truly back now. Because before, they were just back because nostalgia and stuff like that, and they get a pop from the crowd, and then they kind of died down, the hype died down, and then the others weren't really doing anything. But now that those are heels, something might happen in the tag team division. And it's interesting, actually, because I want to see where it goes. See, this is the kind of stuff I was wanting from Raw all last year and the beginning of this year, but they just weren't. They didn't have anything really interesting going on. It didn't make me want to watch next week. I want to watch next week to see, what's going to happen with the Dudleys, because the way it seems is they're finally going to do the Usos versus Dudleys rivalry, which is a match I want to see, and it's a match that the Usos want to have. They said it in the interview. They said, one of our dream matches is to face the Dudley Boys because we used to watch them growing up. And now they have a chance to do it. If WWE scraps the idea, that would be a good match lost. See, there would be something for the tag team division there. Usos versus Dudleys, I guarantee, would be a good tag team match. If they ever do it. But as of right now, the New Day doesn't really have any challengers for the tag team titles. But Dudleys are heel now, so that could mean a possibility. Although it could end up being Dudleys versus Usos versus New Day. But they're probably going to have some stupid fatal four-way tag team match, which is probably going to be, like I said before, the Usos versus the Dudleys versus Social Outcasts versus New Day or League of Nations. Because it's not going to be the Lucha Dragons, because I guarantee Kalisto is going to retain. Because that'd be stupid if they had... By the way, Kalisto's back in the tag team division now, apparently. But whatever. Because Sin Cara's dumbass is back. Sin Cara's Hunico. Everybody knows it. So Sin Cara just needs to fucking leave. He has no point there. Kalisto can be a great single star, okay? Sin Cara, he's only there because of Kalisto. Kalisto's the U.S. champion. I think Kalisto is going to retain the U.S. title at Fastlane, and then he's going to go into WrestleMania as U.S. champion. And a lot of people are speculating that Rey Mysterio is going to come back, which I doubt it, but if that does happen, then you could have Rey Mysterio versus Kalisto for the U.S. title at WrestleMania. It would be a good match, but I'm just saying, and I think it would be smart for them to continue Kalisto's singles push. And if they do it right, I think Kalisto could be... I don't want to say the next Rey Mysterio, but I think, the level that Rey Mysterio got to, if they do it right, maybe a world champion one day. I mean, when's the last time, a Mexican or luchador was a champion? Alberto Del Rio, I believe. It's been too long. But, yeah. I don't think I missed any matches. If I did, I apologize, but the only other thing on Raw that I remember is the Daniel Bryan thing, which was highly emotional. Daniel Bryan started crying a little bit. It was probably really hard for Daniel Bryan to do it. Those kind of things are always hard. It was hard when Shawn Michaels did it. It was hard when Edge did it. It was hard when Ric Flair did it. And it's hard when Daniel Bryan did it. So, it's hard to go through those things because it just gets so emotional, and it's hard for you to it's hard to explain. It's hard for you to say your goodbyes because you don't want to go. The people don't want you to go. Your emotions are running high. You can't control them sometimes. But you have to do what's right for your health and stuff like that. And Daniel Bryan made a smart choice. Might not be the favorite choice, but it is definitely a wise choice. Daniel Bryan doesn't want to... He's going to be starting a family soon, and, he doesn't want any health hazards. So I respect Daniel Bryan for that. And, yeah, overall, I think Raw was pretty good. There were a few boring matches that didn't need to be there, but other than that, it was pretty decent. Hopefully, it'll keep getting better from here. I'll probably be... I'm fucking up. I'll probably be doing a Raw review every week. Probably forever, because that's just how much a wrestling fan I am. I never used to do it, but I think I'll start doing a Raw review every week on the channel. And sometimes I'll just do some random wrestling talks. I'm doing a podcast with... this is sort of an update. I'm doing a sort of podcast with Tony Robb tomorrow. It'll probably be at least 3 or 4 videos, probably 15 minutes each. And we're gonna be probably talking about Raw tonight, Daniel Bryan, some other stuff that's going on, covering that, and just some wrestling talk. But Yeah, that's my Raw review for February 8th, 2016. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and peace out.